Good morning, written by Flutterpriest. You wake up to pain, a dull pain that surges through all your senses. You feel slightly nauseous, but every ounce of your well-being wants to stay exactly where you are, even though you aren't really sure what it is. Keeping your eyes closed, you take deep, careful breaths. This is certainly not anything you haven't handled before, just another night of too much partying, or was it? You don't exactly remember. It doesn't matter anyway, you have things to do. Well, maybe. Was that right? Or was today Saturday? You bring a hand to your pulsating head and try to get a bearing of your senses. The normal gentle chirping of birds was a harsh and sharp stab to your eardrums. Every muscle screamed in agony as you tried to sit yourself up. The covers fall off as you sit on the end of the bed. Your stomach lurches. But thankfully, it was just a burp. A part of you just wants to stay here. It would be easier just to stay here, hiding away from the world until the bad feelings go away. However, you know there was something you had to do. You just can't remember what it was. Something deep inside you demands it. A nagging thought persists in the back of your mind, like you've forgotten something extremely important, and it seems that if you put it off anymore, it could mean some dire consequences. Carefully, you rise up to your feet. With a slight wobble, you manage to get your balance. Alright, you grunt, putting one foot in front of the other. You look around your surroundings, but find yourself in a loss. This isn't your room, and Celestia forbid this was your house. Everything feels so different, yet at the same time, calm and soothing. You'll have to thank whoever put you up for the night. With a gentle sniff, you smell something delicious. Something frying in the distance. Something like eggs. The recognizable scent of a home-cooked breakfast sets all sorts of happy and joyous memories through you. You step outside the bedroom as you find yourself walking down a stairwell. The home was nothing you recognized, and certainly wasn't the average house you were used to. The walls were a bland green, with many different animal feeding trays along one wall, some simple furniture, along with another wall while birdhouses hung from the ceiling. Little animals carried along on a red rug in the center of the room, all making their own mild, quiet noises. A white bunny stares at you intently, then scuttles to the source of the aroma. You know you've seen this place before. Was it in your dreams? Or was it in passing? You've been here, haven't you? You take a deep breath and continue to the bottom of the stairs, where a few animals approach you with caution. Crouching down, you hold out a hand as a more daring squirrel approaches you. A smile curls on your face as you give the little creature a pat on the head, then head towards the bunny's destination. Each step seems easier than the last as the pain begins to fall away. Walking through the open walkway, you find another familiar sight. A yellow Pegasus with a long pig mane, a song in her voice, and butterflies in her rear. Fluttershy, your friend who was there for you, even though you were alone. On her back, a small white bunny. Angel, that was certainly his name. The little bunny soon taps her mane and turns to you with a comforting gaze. Oh, you're here, she says gently. You look around your surroundings and find a plate sitting on the kitchen table with a glass of water. Yeah, sorry, I don't remember what happened. It's okay, don't worry about it, Fluttershy says. Sit down, breakfast is almost ready. Oh, and I have a few aspirin for you. That should make the pain go away. You look to the kitchen table, where 2 white tablets are on a light blue plate, with a glass of water. Carefully, you make your way to the kitchen table, and finally sit down. What happened? You asked. You pause for a reply, but unfortunately she doesn't answer. She simply sings a song as she cooks your meal, not seeming to care that you woke up suddenly in her home. You grab the aspirin and down them instinctively. Taking the glass of water, you gulp down the precious fuel that replenishes your dehydrated body. The liquid is cool and crisp against your tongue, rejuvenating you with every tiny sip. This is certainly not your first rodeo. You surely know how to handle a hangover. Taking a deep breath, you sit up straight as Fluttershy trots over with a hot pan of eggs. She pours the golden, fluffy breakfast onto your plate. You give them a whiff as Fluttershy takes the pan to the sink. The scent reminds you of your childhood, when your mother used to make you a special breakfast on special occasions. It reminds you of your birthdays. It paints pictures of high school graduations. The aroma takes you back to a place where things were simpler. The stress of every day didn't weigh down on you quite so hard. A time when the world wasn't an oppressive place to live in. You blink once again, and you're back at Fluttershy's kitchen, as she sits on a table beside you. Grabbing a fork and a knife, you cut out your first bite. Placing it in your mouth, you remember the first day of kindergarten. Your mother cried as you waved goodbye to join all the other kids. You swallow your bite. Cutting out another piece, you take another bite. Your mind takes you back to a family dinner where you talked about your day at middle school. You swallow. Another bite, first day of high school, and your mother is just as proud as you as the first day of kindergarten. The food goes down your throat, making you feel warm inside. You smile, reminiscing on your wonderful past. These are amazing, Shy, you say to her. Fluttershy smiles to you and gives a nod. It's my duty, she says calmly. You soon take another bite. High school graduation. One more bite, going away to college. You swallow, but this seems to go down hard. Your throat feels raw as you look down at your final bit of food on your plate. Looking up to Fluttershy, you pause. Her eyes don't seem to move away as she places a hoof on your hand. It's okay. It's okay, she says. You look down to the final bite, stabbing it with a fork. You soon bring it to your mouth. Your 21st birthday, drinking it with some college friends. You try to swallow it, but you choke. You chew, but the taste is gone. In small bits, you finally force it down your throat. A wave of sadness flows through you. The meal is over. You sigh as you notice the headache is gone. The soreness in your muscles has lifted. There wasn't any pain anymore. The hangover was gone. So, how was it? Fluttershy asked. You smile and look up to her. It was great. I just didn't expect it to end so soon, you say. You look down at your hands, adding the pieces up in your head. Why were you here? And why were you in Ponyville? Where were you in your favorite television show? It's okay now, though. It's okay, she whispers calmly. I forgive you. You shudder as you feel her wrap her hooves around you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. You wrap your arms around her, squeezing her tightly. Tears come to your eyes, but you know that wouldn't change anything. It is what it is. What's done is done. Things are nice here, she says. We'll take care of you. You pull away from her embrace and look into her eyes. What about everyone else? They'll be sad. For a while, she says. They'll never forget you, but they will realize that you wouldn't want them to be sad for long. You nod, looking down at your hands. I don't want them to be sad. I know, sweetheart. I know, Fluttershy says. You take a deep breath and rise to your feet. But they all will be okay, right? You ask. Fluttershy nods to you. You pace to the floor, looking back at the pony before you. Will they be happy? You ask. They'll all have happy moments and sad moments. But yes, for the most part, they'll be happy, she assures you. A smile comes to your lips. Good. You see the back door, where the bright light from outside streams in. Are you ready? She asks. You look back to her. Do I have to go alone? She shakes her head. Oh, Annan, don't you see? All your friends are here to join you. You turn to find all of them beside you. In a white room, Twilight, Pinky, Rainbow, Rarity, and Applejack, and countless other faces stand beside you in a wide, white space. The door stands in front of you. You turn to your 6 friends and kneel beside them. Thank you. All of you. Fluttershy simply nods as your 6 friends wrap their hooves around you. Tears fall once more as you hold them tightly. You are all my very best friends. After a long, silent moment, you release them. Standing up, you turn to the door in front of you. Placing a hand on the handle, you let go of the past. It opens wide, and you walk into the bright, shining light. Peaceful, renewed, and happy. The end. Hello, Ray Pony. Snogwritts here. Hope you enjoyed the reading. If so, be sure to leave a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more readings like this one every Saturday. Alright, that's it for me. This is Snogwritts, signing out.